You know, so many people have told me they have taken me up on this offer from our sponsor to get the key takeaways and need-to-know information from best-selling books and do it in less than 15 minutes. It is a real time saver. You need Blinkist. Go to Blinkist, Blinkist.com/boost to find out more and get 25% off a premium membership and a 7-day free trial. That's Blinkist.com/boost. How are you? Happy Tuesday. Here we go. It is that day, the day we've been waiting for like years now, it seems, right? Election day. And it's one of those days when life definitely gets in the way today. So take a breath, get through it, have an extra big coffee, sleep in, go to bed early, whatever it takes for you to do today. It'll pass. It will eventually. Everything always does. It is a daily boost from motivationtomove.com. And what we do every single day is understand that life sometimes gets a little crazy. And you have these plans, these ideas, these things you want to do, and you're working toward getting every single day. And yet sometimes stuff gets in your way and you're like frustrated, right? Well, we can get through that as long as we understand the concept that we stand up, we take a step and repeat as long as it takes to get what we want. And sometimes stuff does get in the way. Stephen Covey, years ago, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, wrote, the quadrants of where you need to be. And one of the areas that we focus on, he said to focus on, was in the important quadrant. In other words, look at your life, find the important things in your life, and focus on that. That's where you should spend almost all your time, if at all possible. The urgent zone, where things are going crazy, I was going to put a word in there I shouldn't have said, and I didn't, thank goodness. That's where a lot of people end up. Have you ever noticed people, their house is always on fire? I always ask them, I said, if you're always putting out fires, you need to maybe question whether you're an arsonist or not, because the fires are everywhere. But sometimes it happens. Sometimes we have a crazy day like this election. It's going to be weird for the next couple of days. We have hurricanes, poor New Orleans, poor Louisiana, hit 3 times in a row. I mean, that's kind of urgent, right? And as Stephen Covey mentioned, he said, we want to stay in the important zone, but when things get urgent, sometimes you need to go take care of that. If you're in your backyard having a barbecue and suddenly the barbecue lights a fire on the back of the house, you probably ought to stop and put the fire out on the house before you continue with the barbecue, right? So you leave the important zone, go in the urgent zone, take care of what's going on, then come back to it. It's okay to do that. So as we go through what is going to be a challenging week, just take a breath and understand it's going to pass. Do what you have to do. Go to bed early. watch a happy movie, whatever it's going to take, and you'll be fine. My name is Scott Smith, founder, chief motivating officer here at motivationtomove.com. Got a great week for you this week, really do. This has been an absolutely crazy year, and even though that's been the case, I have consistently stuck with the routine because that's how you get success in life. And I keep talking about it, and you keep doing it too, right? Figure out what's working and keep doing it. But lately, it's been difficult. And a lot of folks have used the extra time they've had to learn something new. And one of my favorites, and your favorite, and that guy's favorite over there, is using an app called Blinkist. Blinkist is unique, it's very powerful, and it works on your phone, your tablet, or your browser. It gives you the best key takeaways, the need-to-know information from 3,000 nonfiction bestsellers in 27 categories. Now, here's what they do. My listeners tell me this all the time. They use Blinkist. They condense it down to 15-minute blinks that you can read or listen. It's your choice. And most of my folks listen to them and then they read when they don't have enough time. Now, right now, Blinkist also offers its members exclusive original podcasts from top authors and creative thinkers. And you can dive deeper into full-length nonfiction audiobooks at a very special discounted price. And you get the entire access to the entire Blinkist library as well. Over 14 million people, including me, use Blinkist to deepen their knowledge in self-improvement, personal growth, management, leadership, mindfulness, happiness, and more. Now, I have found Blinkist to be most powerful, frankly, for me, in finding new information, current information. I can jump in 15 minutes. I know if I want to take a deeper dive, maybe invest in the full-length audiobook. I highly recommend using Blinkist for that. A couple recommendations. One of my favorites, I've listened to it a couple times, The Virgin Way, Richard Branson's Secrets to Leadership. You'll know how he thinks after that. Take you 15 minutes. And have you ever wondered how habits rule your life? That's pretty much what life is. The Power of Habit by Charles Duhigg. Your eyes will open very quickly. Right now, Blinkist has a special offer just for you. Go to Blinkist.com/boost to start your 7-day free trial and get 25% off a Blinkist premium membership and up to 65% off audiobooks, yours to keep forever. That's Blinkist, spelled Blinkist, Blinkist.com/boost to get 25% off a premium membership and a 7-day free trial. Blinkist.com/boost. Like I said, it's going to be it's going to be a very cool week this week. It really truly is. You need to stick around, starting with a pretty simple concept of tidying up your day. I was talking to a client about this just yesterday, tidying up your day. Interesting. I study a lot of Stoic philosophy. You can always tell when I'm kind of into it. This time of year, in November and December, I tend to go the spiritual route. I tend to go the philosophical route. I just go that way. I think most people do. I mean, the rest of the year we're running hard and fast, but we start to get into the end of the year. We all kind of take a break. It gets more spiritual for everybody. We have a little bit more time off. We're like, whoo, we made it. I tend to go there as well. So you'll hear it on my shows. I start to move that direction a bit. And I've been in the Stoicism thing lately. And one of the things that has crossed my path is just really thinking about how busy our days get. Crazy busy. And I know this because I talk to people on the phone all the time. I do coaching calls and I get on the phone with them. And 9 times out of 10, they actually carve out part of their day to make sure they're focused on the phone call. And they should, because it's a good hour and a half that we spend together. And they pay a lot of money for that. And I really have my focus on them for that hour. So they should. But every now and then I'll pick up that phone and I'll listen to them. And it's a phone call. It's not on Zoom. I don't see their face. And I hear, and the first 2 or 3 words out of their mouth, I can hear they are buzzing through the day. They're not settled. So I've always learned that there's a couple of ways, a couple of mindsets to keep you mindful of the day. And I always bring those up to them. And I want to bring those up to you today. 2 things, actually, that will improve any day that you have. First off, I want you to seek to learn one good thing every single day. Wait a second, Scott. I learn lots of new things every single day. You can learn today more in one day than somebody, 2,000 years ago learned in a lifetime. Just Google it. Might not be all true, but you've learned it, right? You got to figure that out too. But when you seek to learn one good thing each day that makes you a better person, your life changes. A lot of what you learn every single day is not going to make you a better person, is it? I would say most of what crosses your path today is not going to improve you one lick, as they would say. But when you seek out that one thing that really just gets inside of you and causes a change in your world and makes you literally the person you're meant to be, that's a great way to live your day. It's a great way to take your mindset away from everything else that's going on, because it doesn't really matter. What you're doing is trying to be better for yourself. So just one thing, not a whole list, just one. Now, I'll tell you, you'll likely have to carve out some dedicated time to make that happen. It's worth it. You're going to have to sit down. And you should do this a couple of minutes in the morning, a couple of minutes in the evening. Take the time to do it. So I'm going to learn something. It's going to make me a better person today. It's time to become a better person like never before. Not only are you going to be happier, but all the other challenges of the day that you'll run into become much more manageable. And that's one of the things I did a couple of years back. On all the things I've had in my life, all the different really bad things, I'm a positive guy, and I look back on some of the crap that's happened in my life, the cards that I was dealt, I never asked to be dealt, like my wife passing away and a lot of other things. I look back on all that, and I realized that all I had to do to be happy every single day was I had to realize that I had to focus on the things that were making me a better person and helping me grow. And when I did that, everything else became much more manageable. Well, by the way, I've had a lot of good things happen in my life too as well. I got pulled over by a police officer the other day. I did. I was speeding. I was 15 mile an hour over the speed limit. Wasn't paying attention, was listening to the radio, talking to my wife, laughing, having a good time. Got caught. Boom. I pulled over. He pulled me over. He came up, very nice officer, introduced himself. I said, I guess you won't because I was speeding. I was going a little fast right there. I just wasn't paying attention. Here's my license and registration. Hey, I didn't get a ticket. See, so good things happen sometimes. But you know what? As I move on to the second thing, aside from learning a lesson that will make you a better person, and frankly, not speeding is probably a lesson I learned that day it's been 20 years since that happened. So I know it pretty well, but it's ingrained in me now. You don't have any idea how long you're going to be on this planet. I know it's kind of dark and dirty. It could end any time. It could be 100 years, could be, 15 years. But since you never know how long you're going to be on your planet, it's a great idea to do, as they say, tidy up your day. Now, what does that mean? It means that at any time, if anything happened, everything's tidy. You tidy it all up. You don't have any loose ends anywhere. And it really provides peace of mind. And also makes for a good night's sleep. The reason I bring this up, as dark and ugly as it is, well, you might die someday, so tidy it up so there's not a mess. Some people say, I don't care if I'm dead. Who cares? It's the right thing to do, right? Don't leave a mess. But here's the bigger picture of this. I deal with a lot of folks who are stressed and their mind doesn't stop running. I turn my mind off. My wife says I turn my mind off all the time, but at nighttime I turn it off. How do I do that? Because I make every effort as I go through the day to tidy up whatever mess is out there, any loose ends that are there. I make every effort to get it tidied up because then it creates a very, very cool place for me just to kind of relax in. A lot of open space just to be who I am. So 2 things that will really make your day better. Learn something new that makes you a better person. And as you go through your day, don't leave loose ends around. Just tidy things up. Just make it nice and tidy. Frankly, mindlessly going through your day is for amateurs. You're not an amateur. You're a professional being you. Mindfulness is how you make sure your day fulfills your purpose. Mindfulness. You got to make a dedicated effort to learn that one thing that makes you great and tidy up those loose ends so you're always good. You ever pay off all your bills? And maybe just a couple of days before, you're getting phone calls or getting letters and wondering how you're going to pay your bills, and maybe you sold a house or you won the lottery or something like that. And life is kind of stressed and, oh my God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? And then you just pay off all your bills. And the next day, there's no bills. There's no phone calls. There's no stress. There's no nothing. It's like gone. And if you can manage to stay in that world, that's called tidying up your day. Most of us don't. Most of us say, hey, wait, I got a new limit on my credit card. Let's go. Why'd you get a new limit? Well, I paid off all my bills. They're going to let me do it again. Hey, times 5. Huh, all right. Don't do that. Coming up tomorrow, removing obstacles that are standing in your way. We'll do that. Anticipating life. I want you to have an anticipation engine. That is Thursday's show. And 4 steps to a great relationship. That's how we'll wrap the week on the Daily Boost.